Imagine making $100,000 in the first 25 hours in business. In business, your first 25 hours in business, making millions of dollars, and then going bankrupt in 6 months. That is crazy. And I think online, a lot of people are screenshots of like these success stories and people making millions of dollars. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 key steps to follow so you don't make massive mistakes, because if you go from zero to $100,000 that fast, you probably haven't worked out all the kinks in your business and you're going to make massive mistakes that are going to send you down this path. I'm also going to explain how someone could possibly make $100,000 in the first day in business, because people watching this probably are like, oh, that's a scam, that's crap, whatever, as if that could happen. Well, it did happen, and I'm going to show you why this is a really bad mistake. And also, if you don't know me, my name is Clayton Bates. I'm one of Australia's only registered and authenticated Shopify experts. I've helped generate hundreds of millions of dollars online. We've worked with like 600 people. We have so many crazy stories. And I thought, I don't want you to experience something like this. So I thought I'd make this video. So the first thing is, let me get my marker. So basically, the first thing is social media, right? My handwriting's not the best. So people underestimate the power of social media. So back in 2017, I don't know if you know this, but Kylie Cosmetics was the fastest growing Shopify website in the whole world. And basically, it's because there's a massive brand behind it. And if you build a massive brand, you can launch a business and make quite a lot of money straight away when you launch the money. If you have the right product and the right following, you can do this. So, for example, we've launched a business, launched a brand new business, and I think the person had 10 million followers, and they didn't make the type of money that you would think they would make. And my client had 5,000 or 8,000 followers and made 100K in first 25 hours on 5 or 8,000 followers on Instagram. Now, for most people, 5 to 8,000 followers, you're probably only going to make $50,000, $100,000 a year. And this person was able to do it in one day, basically. May as well say one day, right? 25 hours, right? Now, imagine for years you're posting about something you're super passionate about on social media, right? You have nothing to sell anyone for years. And everyone can see how passionate you are, right? And one day you decide, let's start a business. My passion is this. I'm going to start a business, right? You get people hyped up. You come to someone like me to build a website, right? And this person told me, oh, that heaps of people are going to buy stuff. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I've heard this one before, sort of thing, right? Which I have. Like, lots of people have said that. Some people have had successful launches, some do, some don't, right? And he's like, yep, this is going to be massive. And I'm like, all right. So we build the website, right? I think it was 6 or 7 p.m. we're meant to launch the website. I log into the website 5 minutes before launch, and there's 300 people on the password page. So there's 300 people waiting to go onto this website, which is mental. Like, normally you might have 10 or like 100 maybe. That, like, I don't even think 100. But yeah, 300 or 400 people were waiting, right? And then we launched the website, and basically the analytics ticked over for like 25. Oh, well, for the first 3 or 4 hours, it didn't stop ticking. It was just like 1,000, 2,000, whatever. By the end of 25 hours, this might sound like it's a bad thing that what happened, but we haven't got deep yet. So basically what happened is, after 25 hours, basically every payment gateway was shut down, because really you can't go from 0 to 100,000 on your payment gateways and not even tell them, right? So imagine having a brand new PayPal account, a ZipPay account, Afterpay account, and then all of a sudden you process $10,000 on PayPal, $20,000 Afterpay, right? Obviously everything's going to get shut down, right? And this sort of leads to the next thing, is like small issues, right? So when you start a business, there's always normally like little kinks and stuff, like these little small issues, right? And the thing about going from 0 to 100K in one day is that you haven't sorted out these small issues. So at scale, these small issues become like massive, massive, Like, let's do this one. Massive sad face if you haven't sorted out these kinks. So basically what happened is I told the client, you can't not charge shipping because what happened, they did a pre-order. So all this money was pre-order. So I think they made hundreds of thousands of dollars on pre-order in a couple of weeks, right? And basically the way they wanted to do it is that there's a message in the checkout and it says, when we get the stock, we'll charge you shipping on top, right? So if someone's paying $1,000, when they get the stock, they're going to send an email and charge them an extra $100, but they don't know what the shipping price is going to be, right? Now, heaps of people don't read on a website, especially like some random text in the checkout. Even though we put it on the product page, the cart, the checkout, so many people don't read. So imagine you do a pre-order, right? You pay your $1,000 or $500 or whatever, right? And then when the stock gets in, someone sends you and says, "Hey, you got to pay $80 postage." And while everything's been covered on the website, people don't read. So people, and then even if people read, they might have thought, "Oh, the shipping would be $10," and it was $100. So what happened is they're getting tens of thousands of dollars of refunds when they get the stock, right? And I told them this, that this won't work, right? Now, if you launched a business, you made like, let's just say you made like 5K, right, in that first day instead of 100, right? And then you get your stock in, and by the time you get the stock in, because they'd made like hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time they got the stock in. If you did it this way, and you made like 20,000, right? You're going to realize that people are upset about you charging them shipping, right? And while you're going to have refunds, you're not going to have tens of thousands of dollars of refunds, right? Because you've sort of scaled slow. Scaling fast just explodes your issues that you don't know about. So basically, that's what happened. They got to here tens of thousands. I think maybe it was even over $100,000 in refunds. And basically, imagine what that does to your payment gateways as well. So small issues become massive issues when you explode too big. So if you're watching some video and you're like, I want a Lambo tomorrow, that could be the worst thing that ever happens to you in your life, because if you go from 0 to 100K, mistakes. So basically, start small, scale small, work out all the kinks, and then go from there. So a lot of people, I don't really work with dropshippers. I mainly work with people that sell physical products. But this happens to a lot of dropshippers, right? So they'll start, they'll get like 5,000 a month or something, right? And they think, all right, let's scale this to the moon, right? And they make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then they haven't really worked out their shipping issues, right? And then what happens? They end up losing all their money. So even on the internet, you'll see these screenshots and it's like $5 million and all this stuff, right? But on $5 million, someone could have lost money. But you don't see the other side. I actually read this cool book somewhere here. This one, Love Your Life, Not Theirs. So basically what that book says, it's basically like saying you can't see the other side of the picture. Like if someone buys a fancy new car and they look happy on social media, they might be in like massive debt and their relationship's going to end. Basically, you can't see the other side. So when you see these screenshots online, maybe this caused like the end of a relationship. Maybe this sent someone bankrupt. Maybe this was the worst thing in their whole life, making these millions of dollars. So that's something you definitely want to keep in mind, right? So the next thing, the third part to this is like 5 key areas, right? And 3 ways. So basically what these two things mean is that when you build a website, so we like specialize in websites, and I've got a school group below where you can learn how to build a website and stuff like that. Basically the 5 ways, or maybe I should go the 3 ways first. So there's normally 3 things that matter when you're selling products, right? So the first one is your website, like the product, like how the website flows, all that sort of stuff. The second one is like what type of traffic is coming to your website. And then the third one is like how the traffic is coming to your website. So is it organically on social media? Is it paid ads? Things like that. Those 3 areas you need to sort of nail for this to happen, to actually make this money. So while this person nailed the social media and made this money, they didn't have their website right. They didn't understand the traffic that was coming to their website, things like that. So even though you have one of these three ways right, you sort of need all three of them, right? And then the 5 key areas is I'll leave a link above. I've made a video about this. On your website, there's 5 key areas that you have to nail: your homepage, your product page, your site navigation, your checkout, and mobile friendly sort of thing. So basically, I made this video because I don't want to see you go through this where you have this massive high, even more massive high, bankrupt. So I'm pretty sure it's either bankrupt or they went out of business, or I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was bankrupt. But basically, you don't want this to happen. Like, don't scale too fast. Like, nail these things. Like, small issues, scale slow. When you're ready and you've worked out all the kinks, then you can like it sort of works like this. Let's do one last chart before I go, sort of thing, right? So basically, you're scaling slow, you're scaling slow, you're scaling slow, right? And then basically, once you've got everything worked out, bang, you scale up. A lot of the richest people in the world, this is how they actually created their wealth, sort of thing. It sort of happens like this. A lot of our most successful customers have done this too. So they sort of started out, they're making like 1K a month or something like that, right? And then it's like 5K, 20K, 50, 100K a month sort of thing, and keep going sort of thing, right? So moral of the story, build a social media following, I reckon, is awesome. Small issues become big issues when you scale too fast. And just 5 key areas on your website, and the 3 ways: your website, what type of traffic is coming, and how the traffic is coming. So if you like this, let me know in the comments any other videos or crazy stories I can talk about, and join me in my free school community where I can teach you how to build a website completely free. Until next time, have a good one.